What's up, everybody? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another predictions and previews podcast. Gold Standard 000 may or may not join us. If he pops in, he pops in. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But his channel will be in the description box down below, regardless, because he normally joins me and my guest, as always, for these predictions and previews podcasts, Ace the Wrestling Nut. Ace, how's it going, buddy?
Well, as you could probably tell from my voice, it's gone better,
It's,
but
it's gone better.
I'm, I'm doing okay right now. I'm doing okay. I was kind of worried because I lost my voice and I was like, shit, Extreme Rules is coming up. I'm probably going to have to make a video with Chase. And I said to myself, I was like, I could either back out or I could, come on and do it anyways and tough it out. So here we are.
Yeah, and really, to be honest, when it comes to the undercard of this show, not really much to talk about when it comes to storylines or something like that. I mean, you're gonna hear the usual like us like complaining like, why are they doing this with this guy type of deal and whatnot, and fantasy bookings that what we would have done type of deal. But right now, I want to know, Ace, what has happened to your voice?
All right. So this is actually a really good story. This was this past Monday. So I did not watch Raw, as you could probably guess. I wasn't yelling at fucking Randy Orton. Um, so what had happened is up here in Canada, we really like hockey. So my dad and I started off. We went to a bar to watch one of the Winnipeg Anaheim games. They just lost tonight. We're filming this on the Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
But on Monday, it was game three. So we started off there. I had a drink and I was texting one of my friends and I had said, hey, uh, tomorrow night's karaoke. You want to go to karaoke? Because for those who don't know, I'm an avid supporter of karaoke. I love going to karaoke bars. And he was like, yeah, but what are you doing tonight? And I was like, nothing, really, nothing. He was like, we want to go somewhere. Maybe we'll get a drink, just, have a beer somewhere. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not doing anything anyways. I could go home and watch Raw with the replay, but I'm okay. I can miss Raw for a night.
Yeah.
And sorry, my voice keeps. I gotta just clear it a bit. And it's probably horrible for some people to listen to.
Yeah, they're gonna bitch about it, like, oh, why is this voice so terrible? You know what, people? I'm gonna go Chris Jericho mode here. You know how if you listen to Talk is Jericho, he goes in his little tangents where he's all like, deal with it and blah blah blah. Well, I'm gonna pull this here. Look, Ace is my friend. I like doing these predictions with Ace because really, to be honest, I hate doing predictions by myself. I find it a struggle to predict for some of the WWE shows today by myself. It's always fun when you can have a conversation with someone about the shows than just talking about the shows in general. Because mostly, for the most part, some people have different opinions, and for the most part, it can help you ease your way through the show. It can help you kind of get a little bit more excited about the show when you're talking to someone else. So that's why I do these predictions now with other people instead of just me sitting here, because I find it a struggle trying to make a predictions and previews video by myself. It's just not fun for me to do it by myself because for the most part, I don't want to really talk about these matches. But if I have someone else to talk to, I have ideas to bounce off of, and we can get a good discussion going. So just putting it out there. I apologize. We can't. We Ace has a life. I have a life. Ace went to go have some fun. Let him have his fun. Who cares if his voice is raspy? If you don't like it, as Dave Batista says, deal with it. And if not, you guys can just exit out the video. It's like, it doesn't hurt me if y'all don't, watch this full video. I don't blame you if you don't watch this full video. Like, I just do this for fun.
Go pretty long.
Yeah.
Probably gonna go pretty long. Maybe not just of me talking about an awesome night, but we're probably gonna talk about these shitty matches for much longer than we should.
Yes, exactly.
But anyway, so yeah, and so he was like, "Hey, we'll just go somewhere, have a drink, we'll watch the end of the game." And I was like, "Okay." So we went to another bar, watched the end of the game. They lost,
Mm-hmm.
and for those who don't know, Monday was also 420.
Oh, shit.
So a lot of people, a couple of our friends were smoking pot. We're not really potheads, like, so we texted a couple friends. We're like, "Hey, come hang out." And they were like, "Dude, we don't want to go downtown. It's too expensive. Let's just go to let's just go to some park and get high." And we were like, "No, no, that's okay."
Sorry. Show up.
And we have a Wild Gold Standard 000. As I said, that he would be appearing during the show. So Ross, I already plugged your channel, so you're more than welcome to sit back and listen to Raspy Ace talk about his awesome night that he had.
What match are we on?
We're not on a match. We're hearing Ace's story first of why he has a raspy voice.
Yeah, just so you know, the reason I took so long, I made an Instagram and I was trying to follow as many people as possible.
You didn't follow me. I didn't get that whole roster. Zach, Lore95. You can also get everyone else to follow that as well.
Chase, do you have one?
Yeah, Chase_C_Oliver.
I don't even think I follow you.
I don't tell people my Instagram.
And now it's online.
Yeah, now it's online. So if anyone of you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you're more than welcome to. I barely post on there. I think my profile even says I post on here sometimes. Enjoy.
Hey, Ross, there you go. Pinstripes.
Yep.
All right, so
Oliver, what is it?
Chase_C_Oliver. Some fucking asshole stole Chase Oliver 68 on Instagram, which really pissed me off.
Yeah, I see that.
It was like, who does that? Like, that's my user. Like, all my friends too, they didn't know. They thought that was me on Instagram. So I think it has like some followers just because my high school friends thought it was me. But I told them like, yeah, don't subscribe to that loser.
But have one? Does Schleg Daddy have one?
No, I don't think he has one.
Oh, he's one of those people.
He's one of those people. Well, he's an older gentleman.
Yeah, true. He's like Derek Jeter or Peyton Manning.
I'm pretty sure Peyton Manning will get an Instagram when he gets older.
Like, what is this?
Papa John's. All right, Ace, continue on with your story.
We were into before you so rudely interrupted us. So as
I'm sorry.
The elaborate story of how I lost my voice before the video. And I believe we're at the bar, and it's 4:20.
Mm-hmm.
And we had the choice to either go get high in a bush, which I didn't want to do, and so we decided to go downtown. We stopped at this one bar. It was pretty quiet, and there was cover, so we were mad. And so we left, and we went to the casino. We get to the casino, and I think my buddy broke even, and I dropped like $20. I lose too much, and then I just leave. I'm like, fuck it, no, this is stupid. And so as we're leaving, a couple people that we know from around were just about to go in, and we were like, oh, okay, cool, have fun. And then one of them didn't have ID, so they were like, oh, looks like we can't go to the casino. And they were like, what are you guys up to? And we were like, oh, we're probably just going to go home. And they were like, well, there's this one bar, because they're not almost not a big city. They were like, there's this one bar that's open until 2 on a Monday. You want to go? And, when there's a party, you don't turn it down. There was a couple girls there, so it's like, why not? Bought way too many drinks, had way too many shots. We were done. And then, so we go outside. And this is what starts happening. So after we were throwing ass on the dance floor and doing shots and playing pull tabs and having a good time, we went outside and we all started singing. And so we started screaming and, just being drunk and doing whatever. And so my buddy starts talking to this other guy who had just boated, so pretty much, I live on an island.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you want to go to Vancouver, if you want to go anywhere not on the island, you have to take a boat. And so there's ferries here, but they're expensive, and it's the only way to travel, so you're kind of fucked. But we were talking to this one guy who actually boated here on his own boat, and we were like, wow, that's awesome. And and he had told us, he's like, well, I got yours on my boat if you guys want to come out to it. So we jumped on this was like 2:30 in the morning on Monday. And so we had to take a little boat to his big boat in the ocean. And I'm a bigger guy. My buddy's a bigger guy. The guy who drove it was a bigger guy, and he had one scrawny little buddy. Let's get into this boat, and we're all loaded. And I think water, we almost sunk it. We could have died. We didn't though. We made it to the boat, and we crushed a bunch of beers, had a bunch of smokes, and sang fucking any song because he had a stereo set up too. So So we were just like screaming and just being idiots. And then we came home, and I remember my buddy and I were stoked because we broke daylight on a Monday. And then I worked at fucking 12 the next day, so I had like 2 hours sleep
Oh
in
shit.
this place. And yeah, but you know, like, those opportunities present themselves to like go out and just have a good time. Sometimes, you know, the moral of the story for everyone listening to this is you don't always have to watch Raw.
Exactly. Yeah. There's more important things than professional wrestling out there, and that's why I let Ace share the story because honestly, I think sometimes wrestling fans can get stuck in the wrestling bubble where it's just like, oh, it has to be wrestling all the time. Look, I missed Raw last Monday because I had a job, and obviously, you guys know I didn't really review it. But that doesn't stop you guys from asking me what I thought about it because I do watch Raw. I even watch Impact. People who say like, Chase, how come you don't talk about Impact on my channel? One, I have no interest talking about Impact on my channel. Two, it's hard for me to review TNA because TNA tapes like 8 weeks in advance, and I already know all the storylines like ahead of time. And yeah, you can say avoid spoilers all you want, but at the end of the day, I want to see if TNA can do something to catch my interest. I want to read the spoilers and say, oh shit, TNA is doing that. I gotta check that out when it happens that week. So really, to be honest, like if you guys ever want to talk about professional wrestling with me, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys have me on Facebook. You can ask me in the YouTube comments. You can tweet me, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions because right now I'm taking like 19 units in college. I have a job, 2 jobs actually. I work for the school, and then I work at a barbecue place here in California called Famous Dave's. I work 2 jobs and I have 19 units, and I understand some people are not used, like, some people are used to YouTubers just uploading videos all the time. I don't have time for that. I upload videos that interest me and when I have time to do them. And like I said, I like doing the predictions podcast, the most because we're able to bounce ideas off and, predict the wrestling shows and have fun and make fun of it all together. So that's what I'm saying. It's just like for some wrestling fans, sometimes it's cool to go outside the wrestling bubble every once in a while. You don't always need to live like I get it. Like a lot of fans are passionate and love professional wrestling. That's cool. But
We're passionate. Like, I mean, we fuck around, but we've dedicated how much of our lives to professional wrestling?
yeah.
Like, I've been watching since I was a kid. Like, it's not that we're not passionate. It's just that if, like, when you get stuck in that bubble, you just get, like, I found, at least I did, I got really, not depressed, but just, I hated that kid. Like, that kid's a fucking dick. Like, it's not fun to talk to that kid who just wants to talk about wrestling. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even we used to talk to a lot of people. I mean, we still do, but a lot more so when I was on YouTube. We talked to a lot of people about wrestling and people on Skype, and people would want to talk to us because not that we were famous, but we had a lot of followers, and so people would be like, "Oh man, it's so cool to talk to Chase Oliver and Ace the Wrestling Nut and fucking Gold Stain," So people would want to talk to us. But my favorite conversations were when I would talk to like fans or talk to other YouTubers, and we didn't have to talk about wrestling because it's like that's not the only thing in the world.
Yeah, we could talk about sports. We could talk about parties that we went to and stuff like that.
Movies, fucking
Yeah.
music, like.
The only thing that's hard for me, I know you guys said like you'll work on Raw or whatever, Chase, like you missed Raw and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I like, even if Raw sucks, like I feel like I have to at least be home on a Monday night. Like I don't know, it's just
I know what you mean.
one of those things where like SmackDown, I used to be like that. Now I don't give a shit. I'll tune in every once in a while because SmackDown's not worth it anymore. But Raw, I feel like I have to be there. But I feel like
hope of like I remember when I was young, I always found the Raws that I missed were like the best Raws.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I always worry about too. Is like the Raws that I miss are normally like the better Raws. Like it's like when I don't
like
watch Raw.
Smiths, that was pretty good.
Minus the Kane shit, I thought it was okay.
Dude, that Kane promo was like
no, it's still trying to push Kane into the. It was still trying to push Kane into the main event, and I am not okay with that.
See, now this is coming from my standpoint. I saw most of the Raw after Mania, and then I saw parts of the London Raw, and I saw the RKO's on this week's Raw. So like I heard about the Kane stuff, but I didn't see what was happening. I saw like a little video where Kane chokeslammed Seth, But from what Chase has told me, apparently he's not in the authority, or he's like against them now. Which
He's still part of the authority, but it's just like they're teasing that Kane's gonna ultimately turn babyface soon enough. He's gonna become the demon we all love and know, Michael.
I mean, even though it's Kane, I feel like Kane's obviously doing something right if he's been able to keep his job for fucking how long. But
Almost 20 years.
I feel like they'll do it right if they're gonna do the switch. Like, and he finally takes on the authority.
We'll talk about this later because Kane does play an important part of a match that's coming on later in the show. Actually, it's the main event. So now it's time for us to actually talk about the Extreme Rules card. And
how long did we go on before?
15 minutes right now. So
Really?
if people can't just listen to casual conversation for 15 minutes, then I don't know what their problem is. So
yeah, they got mental issues.
Yeah.
They got like what Orton had in 09.
Yeah, IED. Intimate explosive disease. All right, so we have our awesome pre-show match, that you can only see on the YouTube and the WWE Network. Like, it makes no sense to me. Like, okay, is the pre-show only on the WWE Network or is it on YouTube as well, right? It's on YouTube, correct?
I thought that they streamed it on YouTube as well.
Okay, because like, why is it that with the pre-show they keep on talking like, oh, you have to get the network? I'm already on the fucking network. You don't need to like fucking sell it to me that I need the network. I already have it.
The show was on the pay-per-view feed too, right?
I'm not. No, I don't think so. I think they still do the little Scott Stanford in the studios.
I don't remember because the pre-show should be free on. Like, you don't have to order it, so it entices you to order the show.
Yeah.
It should be like Free for All back in the day.
Or Sunday Night Heat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got our awesome little pre-show. It's probably going to feature like Renee Young saying the same shit, Booker T mumbling through most of the parts, Byron Saxton just being boring, and Corey Graves plugging his new WWE Network show that has nothing to do that's wrestling related, which I don't know why it's on the fucking network. But the match that's on the pre-show is we have Kid and Cesaro, the tag team champions, defending against the New Day. The New Day became #1 contenders this past Monday on Raw after they beat the Lucha Dragons by countout. I don't know why the WWE is trying to push the New Day. I don't get it. I just don't. I don't care that these guys are turning heel. Like, it's like we hate it, WWE. We hate this group because we know these three individuals inside of the group can do so much better. Like, they can just do so much better. But they're just wasted with such a terrible gimmick. I see Kid and Cesaro retaining. If the New Day wins the tag team titles, I'm just gonna be shaking my head. I just won't have any faith anymore in what the WWE is doing because Kid and Cesaro, they're kind of gaining some steam. Fans are kind of starting to like them. As long as like Natalya doesn't keep on being the main focus of this team, I feel like they can get a good little niche to them. Like they're like the serious tag team that a lot of the hardcore fans can really, really like. So I really feel like they should just keep the belts on Kid and Cesaro and just see, how far you can kind of go with them before ultimately dropping the belts off of them to either the Ascension or Lucha Dragons. But at this point, it seems like the Lucha Dragons. So Kid and Cesaro to retain for me. Acers, what about you?
So I didn't even know about this match until really recently. Well, I haven't been paying attention for the past couple of weeks. Like, I saw Mania was on my birthday this year, so I watched that, and I guess I want to say this quick too before we go on. Like, I really enjoyed Mania, which was good because I had a lot of shitty expectations for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really glad that it delivered and it wasn't awful. But like, okay, so that was the last thing I watched. I don't know. I felt like I get it, and I felt like it killed a lot of the momentum when Brock left right away. And I get it. I get like why he had to go, but like to me, it's just they built him as like the biggest guy, and now it's just like, well, since you can't have Brock Lesnar, here's Randy Orton. And it's not that Randy Orton's not doing great, but it just doesn't feel like everything just feels like filler until Brock Lesnar comes back.
Yeah, pretty much.
So that's why I was like, well, whatever, fuck, I don't care. When Raw was taped in London, I just read the spoilers at like 4 in the afternoon because I was doing something that night. So So like that's why I didn't hear really about this match. Actually, I went on the website www.com and I saw this picture and I didn't get why New Day was put in because I thought people hated them. So,
This is supposed to be the match where they turn heel, which no one gives a shit. Like, we don't want to hate these guys. Like, we want these guys to have better careers.
yeah. Oh, so they're wait, but aren't Kid and Cesaro heels or?
No, they're like, well, they're in Chicago, Ace. This pay-per-view is taking place in Chicago, so what do you expect?
Oh, okay, yeah. See, I didn't even know it was in Chicago. Oh, wait, it's in Chicago? No, we'll talk about this later.
No, shut up. Shut up. We're not gonna he's in MMA now. Enough. No.
Never coming back.
No, not that. No, I didn't mean that. I meant, fuck it, I meant Reigns and Big Show.
Oh.
I didn't mean Punk. I meant Reigns and Big Show.
Oh, I thought you were okay. So, Ace, who do you have simply? Who's winning this match?
I don't know if you guys caught that voice crack, but it was pretty bad. What do you call it? I got retained by Kid and Cesaro.
Rosters.
I think Kid and Cesaro are going to retain due to the fact that in the number one contendership match on Raw, if logic, makes sense in, wrestling, Woods grabbed Kalisto's leg, preventing him from getting in the ring. I believe it was Kalisto, to create sympathy for the Lucha Dragons, which means we have to care about the Lucha Dragons, which means they're setting them up to be the next tag team champions.
Yep.
Or at least get a future title shot, which means Kid and Cesaro have to retain.
Yeah. And ultimately, I think Kid and Cesaro would be the better matchup for the Lucha Dragons to win the belts off of. That's just me, personally. Like, that's a better team to, give the belts to the Lucha Dragons to. So, there you have it. We're all clean sweep. Kid and Cesaro, sorry, New Day. We're not choosing you guys to win. Up next, we have the ever so exciting Divas division. The Divas Championship match. Nikki Bella versus Naomi. This match is so asinine. And I'm not talking about Naomi's ass. I'm saying it's asinine because, seriously, we have two heels going at it for the belt. Like, at first...
Wait, Naomi's heel?
Yeah, Naomi turned heel.
Fuck.
Oh, yeah, Ace, yeah, you weren't here. So, during the UK Raw, Paige won the Divas Battle Royale to become the number one contender. But since WWE Studios is 10 times more important than actually being a professional wrestler, Paige had to be removed from this card so she can go film her Santa Little Helpers movie with The Miz. Yeah, like, we're taking Paige off TV so she can play a fucking elf in a Christmas movie that no one's going to watch.
But, the reasoning also why Naomi turned heel actually made sense.
Yeah, well, it makes sense why Naomi turned heel. I like why she turned heel. It's just this match doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense why Naomi turned heel. It's just like, what? This is the match that we're getting?
It would make more sense for Naomi to face Paige.
Yeah, exactly. But once again, WWE Studios is 10 times more important than actual WWE product. So that's why. So this match makes no sense to me. I would love for Naomi to walk out as the Divas champion, but I just don't see it happening. Because, Nikki... this is going to be her last year most likely in the WWE unless, that Total Diva script was total bullshit, which I could believe it's total bullshit. So I just feel like the WWE is trying to build up to some stupid Bella versus Bella match at SummerSlam. That just seems like what they're trying to do is like to have them have a Bella versus Bella Divas title match at SummerSlam. You can kind of see the seeds.
We definitely need them to wrestle again.
Yeah, we definitely need that. We need to fucking woo. Yeah, we need to hear that on the microphone again. So it's a shame because, if you're going to turn Naomi heel, have her go pull out, win the Divas title, and set up a good matchup between Paige and Naomi when Paige does return. But that would just make too much sense because if Paige and Naomi did have a matchup in Paige's return, it would probably be wasted on Monday Night Raw. So, really, to be honest, I just see Nikki retaining, and she's going to go off to do her usual Nikki Bella shit. Ace?
Yeah, no, I have no idea how to predict this. I'm just going to say retain, just for the sake of retaining.
All right. Ross?
I'm gonna stick with what I said in my predictions video that I just I can't talk. That I just uploaded like literally within the last hour. Um, so go check that out. Cheap plug. Um,
Those are
That's
welcome here.
offensive.
Those are
That's
welcome.
offensive, Ross. You can't talk. I can't talk. You
I
bastard.
know, right? So here's what I think is going down. I think that because they had Naomi turn heel on Paige, they're gonna set up this triumphant return for Paige, and she's gonna beat Naomi. So in order for this to happen, Naomi needs to win this match and become the champion.
I
So
hope.
Naomi will be the heel, and Paige will be the face, and Paige will come back when like Payback or Money in the Bank or Battleground, somewhere around there. So, and then Paige will win the title back from her. So basically, what I'm saying here is Naomi will be Alicia Fox 2.0, and she'll have a little short title reign, and then Paige, aka Melina, will. So that is what I'm saying here.
So is Emma going to get a 1 second title reign out of this, like Jillian Hall?
It could happen.
It
You
could
never
happen.
know.
It could happen. I hope that happens, Ross, because like I said, that'd make a lot of sense. But just going off WWE's track record and who the fuck Nikki Bella's fucking, it's just hard for me to choose against Nikki. And also the Bellas and their star power compared to
Nikki has been champion since when? Survivor Series?
yeah. Or
So
yeah, Survivor
she's been
Series.
champion for 5 months, so I think it's long enough. I think they'll give the belt to Naomi.
Okay. Hopefully Naomi can win the title. I would love for that scenario to play out, man. I would love it, but I just don't really have that much faith because I just feel like they care more about the Bellas than they care about most of any of their other divas in the Divas division. Speaking of people they don't care about, we have Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper taking on each other in a Chicago street fight. Why did this feud start? Because Luke Harper powerbombed Dean Ambrose in a match. So Dean Ambrose is an idiot, and he's like, I'm pissed off at you for no reason, so I'm going to attack you. And now these guys are just going to have a silly little street fight that the fans are going to overrate and say, oh, this is awesome. Oh, they're going at it really, really hard. And I don't know who's going to win because I love Dean Ambrose. I think people don't understand. I'm a Dean Ambrose fan. I like this guy, dude. Every time he shows up on TV, I get excited. But the WWE, they just find ways to make Dean Ambrose look so stupid, where it's just like, I don't give a fuck what this dude's doing anymore. They just make him look so dumb, so ridiculous. Since the Shield breakup, this motherfucker has not won a pay-per-view match at all. Not one pay-per-view match he has won. And he's facing Luke Harper. And here's the thing, people. I get it. A lot of you guys are going to overrate it, say it's going to be a good match, though, Chase. Two guys brawling it out. Yeah, cool. But who does this benefit? Dean Ambrose beats Luke Harper. Who gives a shit? Who the hell is Luke Harper? Seriously, who the hell is this dude?
He is shit stain on shirt.
Yeah, shit stain on his tank top. That's all Luke Harper is. Shit stain. He fucking wipes his ass before he heads to the ring to wrestle his opponents. That's all he is. Like, who is Dean Ambrose if Luke Harper beats him? He's the guy that loses every single time. So, really, to be honest, I'm predicting Ambrose, but I can just see a way of like Ambrose like doing something stupid. Like he has like a garbage can in his hand and like all of a sudden he like throws it on top of himself and then Luke Harper just does like a belly flop and then pins him with it. Like I can just see Ambrose doing something stupid to get himself DQ. Like you know what? I'll even say it. Ambrose will find a way to get himself disqualified from a street fight. That's how stupid booking when it comes to Ambrose.
Ambrose is gonna have like something and he'll run at Harper with it. Harper will duck. He'll bounce it off the rope, hit himself in the face, and then Harper will clothesline him.
With the discus clothesline and pin him?
Yep.
Oh, God, that sounds terrible. But I can see it happening.
You see, I want to say that this match, like, I'd want to say, I don't think it's that I will say, but I'd want to say that the match, like, they just beat the shit out of each other for 10, 15 minutes, and then they both just do some fucked up move and they get stretchered out and they have to cancel the match. But
that would make too much sense, Ace. That would make a good storyline. That would actually give purpose why this match happened in the first place.
So that's why I feel like someone's just going to get a cheap win. Yeah.
Who do you think's going over? Is it Ambrose or Harper?
Yeah, like you said, you know what? Just because Ambrose is a bigger name, I could see Harper going over just
I thought you were setting this up. Oh, I could see Ambrose going over because he's a bigger name, but no, you're choosing Luke Harper.
I see them being like, oh, we like Luke Harper. Let's have him beat Dean Ambrose. People like Dean Ambrose. Yeah, because that's gonna make people get behind fucking Luke Harper. But I could, you know what, I'm gonna pick him because I could see that. I could see Dean doing something dumb and getting a discus clothesline.
I can definitely see Dean Ambrose somehow getting himself disqualified in a street fight. That's how dumb his booking has been as of late. Ross, what's your prediction on this match?
To me, this is gonna be kind of like I think it was Jericho versus Evan Bourne at like Fatal 4-Way in 2010,
Mm-hmm.
where it wasn't announced beforehand, but this was announced beforehand, so that's the only difference. But like it was made in like kind of like the last minute over like no reason. It was just because, and it ends up being a pretty damn good match. Like it's not one of the best matches on the show. Well, Born in Jericho kind of was, but
Yeah,
that's just because it was the Fatal 4-Way show. But on a show like this, it won't, because there'll be matches that are clearly better than this one. So I think it'll be a fun little match. Like it'll be good. I think it'll be fine. I wouldn't be surprised if Harper won this match. And they somehow try to make Rowan heel again.
Oh,
and
God.
Rowan gets involved since it's a Chicago street fight.
Oh,
And they, for whatever reason, Rowan and Harper are a tag team again. I don't know why they would be a tag team again, but
Feels that would be the best. I don't know. I like
them up.
I like Harper a hell of a lot more than I like Rowan, but I feel like both of them just work better as a team because I'm not behind either of them really, and I don't mind Harper, but I'm just not behind either of them as fucking. It's just so awkward, the whole dynamic. Like even at the Rumble, just didn't make sense to me. Like Bray's still cool with fucking Luke. Like they still go out on the weekend together. With Aaron or Eric because he's fucking weird and wears sheet masks and stuff. So I didn't get the whole split up. It was done really weird. And yeah, it's so weird seeing them all like separate. And correct me if I'm wrong, but Bray hasn't been on TV since maybe
SmackDown.
No,
I don't really count SmackDown as TV as much anymore, but he was on SmackDown.
Yeah, but on Raw, all he does is the backstage promos that.
Oh, the new face of fear.
Yeah.
So wait, who's he talking about? Because I take it he's not getting another takeover.
Well, I have my theory of like. There's reports that it's most likely Ryback or Roman Reigns, but I would like it if he went after someone else, and I'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryback kind of makes sense since it seems like they're trying to push him a little bit.
Yeah, but like Bray Wyatt and Ryback, that's not a feud that helps either man at all.
Yeah, you're right.
It's just like they're both at like the same level. You need to help another superstar. You need a superstar on the next level to help them out. So that's why I have a good suggestion for ending to a match, in my personal opinion, that I think would make sense and wouldn't have to make the focus of one superstar. And it should be obvious.
I have an idea of who Ryback would go after next if they wanted to make a title change.
All right. So now we have
prediction. Prediction. I didn't even. I said Harper. Like I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm gonna pick Ambrose.
Yeah. So 2 for Ambrose, 1 for Harper. All right. We have the most stupidest match I've ever read in my life. This is just embarrassing. Kiss My Arse match between Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler. This is stupid. Like, and also for all you Dolph Ziggler fans out there, after Survivor Series, Chase just gotta believe to really using Ziggler now. Ziggler's gonna be a big deal. Yeah, this is what they're planning for Ziggler is to kiss fucking Sheamus' pale ass at Extreme Rules. That's using Dolph Ziggler. That's gonna make me feel bad for Dolph Ziggler. No, just shows that WWE doesn't care about this guy. Sheamus, Ross's boy, is just going to destroy Dolph Ziggler, pin him, and then Dolph Ziggler is going to kiss Sheamus' ass live on the WWE Network, and I'll be laughing. I'll be laughing because it's mostly because the Ziggler fans after Survivor Series being like, "Oh, the WWE's listening to us, Dolph Ziggler. Oh my God, he's so over." Well, yeah, you know what? Doesn't work in your world. Doesn't only in the WWE world. And when we get to another match on this show, I would suggest what I would have done with Sheamus, in my personal opinion, just to make Sheamus feel over and to help another dude who's kind of struggling. But I just don't see how this is the best use for Sheamus. Like, I feel like Sheamus could have been better used on this show. Like, why are we getting Sheamus and Dolph Ziggler again? Like, I've seen this match way too many fucking times. I know all the spots that they're going to do. And, like, the only thing that's bad about this match is that the loser has to kiss the other dude's ass or arse as they're in this situation. Like, that's it. Like, that's the only stupid thing about this. It's just like, oh yeah, because that's what I want to see. I want to see fucking very tired Dolph Ziggler fucking pucker up to Sheamus's fucking pale white ass. Like, who gives a shit? So Sheamus is winning for me. That's all I gotta say. I just feel you could use Sheamus so much better, in a better role, better situation. But Acers, what about you?
See, to me, like, I mean, I think this is the first kiss my arse or ass match since Rock and Billy Gunn.
No, Vince McMahon had a couple of them.
Yeah.
Match or
Yeah,
just
yeah, he's had matches. Like, he had a match. I think he had like one match or something like that, and someone had to kiss his ass. I remember.
okay, but anyways, like, and it works in some cases. Like, you could say, okay, well, I mean, it's kind of weird, but you could make it work in some instances. But Ziggler and Sheamus just, well, the fact that there was no feud to begin there, like, if this is something that, I mean, they'd never do it because it's a stupid gimmick, but like, if Dean and Seth or something did it because they had that past, it might have worked. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Seth wants Dean to finally admit he's less of a man than he is, so he's gonna make him kiss his ass on the WWE Network or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So, in the right instance, I mean, it's a stupid match though. In the right instance, it could work, but this is just so weird. It's like, well, I mean, we've already got like a street fight, and fucking a cage match. I mean, we might as well just do this. Like, I don't know how. I don't know if like fucking one of the writers just chuckled at the word arse or something. And thought, it's just like, that'll be hilarious. He's Irish. It's fiction though. I think whoever wins isn't actually gonna do the ass kissing. Like, if Sheamus Broad kicks him, I feel like someone will come out and Ziggler will just rub his ass in Sheamus's face, and it'll be really weird. Or Ziggler will roll up and Sheamus will just beat him up after the match and run away and be like, "No, I'm not doing it." And then for a couple weeks he'll like, "You're gonna kiss my ass." And he's gonna be like, "No, I'm not. No, I'm not."
No, I'm not, fella.
Like,
I am not going to do that.
It's gonna be like grade school. Like, you're gonna do it. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh.
Oh god, that'd be terrible. By the way, Sheamus's new gimmick is like he wants to get rid of all the vanilla midgets. That's kind of his gimmick.
It's his stupid haircut. I had a buddy who went to the Raw after Mania, and so I've seen some of his stuff, but I mean the beard is awful. I just need to say that quick. The hair is okay, but the beard is awful, man. It's terrible. Anyways, though, but that's the thing. I think they want to do something with Sheamus, so I don't think he'll be, saying no, I'm not for fucking 6 weeks. So I think they're gonna go the Ziggler route where Sheamus beats him, and then who would come out for Ziggler though? I don't know. They could do something stupid, but I think Sheamus will win. But
probably Neville.
No, see, what's gonna happen is, Ziggler's gonna lose, and then, he's gonna get ready to pucker up and be like, "No, I'm not gonna do it." And then Bo Dallas is gonna come out and be like, "Ziggler, I know you might not like this, but all you gotta do is believe. Imagine it tastes like chicken." So, yep, that's what's gonna happen.
Poor Bo Dallas getting speared by Roman
And Bo
Reigns.
Dallas is gonna get pummeled, and then Sheamus is gonna run away.
Yeah, so you're predicting Sheamus to win, right, Ross?
Of course.
Yeah.
Duh.
Num-
Sheamus is gonna win, no doubt about it. But I think what they could also do is they could have like what they did with Rock and Billy Gunn, have somebody else. You have to kiss somebody else's ass, like they brought this fat lady, and Billy Gunn had to kiss her ass.
yeah.
Yeah, Billy Gunn brought her out, and he ended up having to kiss her ass. So I think they might do something along those lines. Like
Yeah,
bring
probably like
somebody.
Sheamus is like Fat Ann or something like that.
Yeah, min far and from Iron.
Yeah, Carol or something like that. Whatever her name is. Alrighty then. Speaking of guys that need momentum shifts, Roman Reigns versus The Big Show, last man standing match. It upsets me what has happened to the Cockfist. At one point, this man was going for the WWE title. Now he's regulated to feuding with The Big Show. WWE, this ain't 2000, man. Like, having someone beat Big Show does not make him a contender anymore. This is just pathetic. The fact that Reigns is even in this situation is pathetic. See, what I would have done, I get it. They want to have Sheamus be in the mid-card scene, and they want to make him the vanilla midget killer. As much as I love that gimmick, because I find it hilarious that he wants to take out all the IWC's little favorites. To be honest, I feel Sheamus and Roman Reigns should be the feud right now. And here's the reason being. I think it's collectively that Sheamus is more hated than Roman Reigns in the IWC. I believe so. I believe so. I know the fans wouldn't be interested in the matches, but this would actually be a feud, like not in a hardcore city, but in lesser hardcore cities that could help Roman Reigns get over. And then not only that, a feud that could help Sheamus really get over as a heel because, if you want to bring back Sheamus as a monster heel, he should be facing a guy that faced off against Brock Lesnar. Because like now, Brock Lesnar is like the number one baby face of the company. And if you do go down the route of giving Lesnar back the title because you either just give up on Seth Rollins altogether or you just believe Lesnar's the best option as champion, then who is going to be the dude to face him? Like, I'm sorry, no one wants to see Cena and fucking Lesnar again unless Cena's an edgy heel. You don't really have any heels to really challenge for Brock Lesnar for that title. I mean, if you would have had Sheamus in this situation, feuding with a Roman Reigns, but and just beating him up and making Reigns look tougher, thus building a good feud between these two guys, you would be able to set up where Sheamus looks like a viable threat to face off against Brock Lesnar, if not a threat to beat a Brock Lesnar. To me, this would help Roman Reigns' momentum because right now his momentum's shot, dude. Like he's stuck in like a freaking dead zone when it comes down to momentum. And him feuding with the Big Show is just going to make it worse. No one gives a shit about the Big Show. Just no one cares. He just comes out, he screams, and he does the same fucking shit. And look, Big Show, good for his time, man. Like, no doubt about it. One of the best big man worker ever. I'm not trying to discredit him on that. What I'm trying to say is, like, today, no one cares if you beat the Big Show. Fucking A. Like, Ace could show up to the middle of the ring right now, and he would be feuding with the Big Show. Hell, Ace would even agree if he was put in the feud with the Big Show. He would think he's being ribbed by the WWE than actually being taken seriously. Like, this is a rib. Feuding with Big Show, that's like a rib more than a freaking push.
I feel like what they were trying to get, like, I feel like with this match, they weren't trying to get Roman Reigns to beat Big Show, so everyone's like, wow, he beat the Big Show. Never mind, we like him. I feel like they did this because they're like, well, you don't like Roman Reigns, huh? Well, I know someone you hate even more. And that's the only reason they fucking put him in this match, because they know nobody wants to cheer for the Big Show.
Yeah, but here's the difference though. Big Show is just because we're sick and tired of seeing him. At least with Sheamus, he can play a good heel character where it's like more in the middle where you don't want to see Sheamus fucking wrestle, but at the same time it's like he does play a good fucking heel. Big Show is just like, we don't give a fuck. Go retire already.
No, I get that. No, what I'm saying is, I'm thinking of it from their point of view,
Yeah.
and they're just thinking, we need somebody who the fans hate even more, because we're not turning this guy heel. Because fuck the fans.
Yeah.
We're doing what we want. This is what we want to do, and we're gonna fucking ride this horse until it just doesn't work. And I think they're gonna keep him face as long as they can. you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
And that could be a problem if they don't put
I
them with the right
can
dance partners.
I can see the logic in having Reigns Big Show solely because everyone's like, "Fuck Big Show." I don't
yeah,
like.
that's what I mean.
No, but just to me, it's like I feel like beating Big Show doesn't like what is Big Show going to do? That's the thing. The reason why I say Sheamus is like we all know with Sheamus, WWE will use this guy in the future, and you know he could be he's a younger talent. First of all, younger than fucking Big Show, and he's someone that you know you can use to build up exciting future matches. Like I'm sorry, if Brock Lesnar and Big Show are having a fucking match in 2015, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
That is
but,
ridiculous.
like I can understand why Sheamus isn't going after Reigns right away
Mm-hmm.
because Sheamus has debuted this new character, and I think if you jump into Reigns right away, yeah, it'd be interesting, but it's like you want to kind of get like Sheamus is like kind of like going,
Yeah.
you know, to get started. So doing Ziggler first, I think, isn't a bad idea.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, he's going to be stuck in the IC title scene. Like, I would much rather prefer WWE just hotshot him into the world title scene because, first of all, I like Sheamus too. I don't give a fuck if people hate on me for that. I think the guy's pretty damn talented, and I feel like him and Lesnar could put on a really good match. And when you look at it, Lesnar's a babyface. You need heels to face him. Like, I'm sorry, they have no heels that are viable to face Brock Lesnar at this point in time. And I feel like the only people that could pull it off are Batista if he ever decides to return, but it doesn't seem like he's going to return anytime soon with all the movies that he's been filming as of late. And Sheamus just feels like the only dude that, like, to me, if you looked at Lesnar and you looked at Sheamus, it's like, damn, that's like an even matchup, you know?
Mhm.
It's
So,
weird with Batista. I feel like the fans would kind of be a lot warmer to his return this time than in 2014.
yeah,
But if he came back, I feel like sorry, I feel like there'd be a lot of people who would be on Team Batista if he came back.
Yeah.
I would be on Team Batista. I like Batista more than Lesnar anyway, so, like, I would
Another
definitely be
guy I
cheering.
think that could face Lesnar could be Rusev, but they have to.
Yeah, they'll have to do a lot to help
They
Rusev
would
out.
have to have him beat Cena, like destroy Cena completely and pin him or make him submit, and then have him beat a couple other guys and then face Lesnar.
Yeah, that's another guy that you could definitely use. So we're all in agreement that Roman Reigns is going to win unless Bray Wyatt decides to show up and they set up the Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns feud.
Oh yeah, dude! Like imagine, like, oh my God, Reigns with the spear to Big Show through the friggin' table or whatever. What? And then it's like 9. What is going on here? It's black. Where's the fucking smoke coming from the middle of the ring? My God. And then Reigns is knocked out and Big Show's standing.
This was what I meant earlier too when I said like you're in Chicago, and when you guys thought I meant Punk, I just meant the fact that they're gonna have Reigns and Big Show try to work a match that's probably gonna get like 15 minutes, and they're gonna put that out there for the fucking fans in Chicago. Are you kidding? This shit alive.
Yeah, no, they're gonna chew this up alive. So we're all agree it's Roman Reigns is winning this match unless Bray Wyatt does something, right?
Yeah, I don't really see Wyatt do it.
Yeah, because
I just see Roman winning.
God, I swear to God, WWE blows their load with the Reigns and Wyatt feud now. That'd just be terrible. Like, just wait, WWE. You have so many Manias and SummerSlams in the future to have these two feud, and especially for like the title when it could actually matter. You need to do so much to rebuild both of these characters because like right now, both of these characters are like in WWE limbo. Like they don't know what they're doing with either of these characters. Like, well, like Ace said, like they're on the Roman Reigns pony until that pony runs out of gas. Like they're on the Roman Reigns horse until it can't go anymore, and they have to tranquilize it and team it up with Heath Slater on Superstars. And Bray Wyatt, like he's just been so stagnant. Like it's just been like the same thing every single week with the dude. So let's just hope they don't try to force Reigns and Wyatt on us. It wouldn't be best for business at this time. At this time.
Yeah.
Like in the future, yes, 100%, but not now. They're not ready to feud right now. like I said, like with the it'll just be Dean Ambrose all over again. Dean Ambrose and Bray Wyatt all over again. All right. IC title match that we don't know if it's going to fucking happen or not. Daniel Bryan versus Bad News Barrett. We don't know if this is going to happen. Sucks that Daniel Bryan can't stay healthy. It happens when you get older. You know, your body's not the same. You know,
Wait, is Brian sick?
Bryan's injured again.
I believe he has in concussions, so he has to pass.
No, WWE went full on and saying it wasn't a concussion, but they won't tell us what the other injury is. But they don't want to say it's a concussion. They're trying to cover up the concussion, Ross. Like I'm pretty sure it's a concussion too, but WWE they're like, nope, it's not a concussion. What the fuck are you talking about? They say it's like some other type of injury that they don't want to disclose.
Of course.
They're doing some tests. I wonder if it's a concussion tests.
Oh yeah, those ones that Punk said.
Yeah, that's the reason why they don't want to say it's a concussion, because like people were calling them out about that, like, oh, Punk was right about the whole concussion thing, and then all of a sudden the WWE made a statement, Daniel Bryan did not suffer a concussion and stuff like that. So, and for the most part, we all know Daniel Bryan can function well wrestling a match under a concussion. I mean, fuck, he did that whole segment right when he turned babyface on the Wyatts, like with a concussion, right? Like. We all know he can fucking work, so it's like Daniel Bryan's a tough dude. He probably just doesn't really feel
he's
it.
Wrestled with a detached retina against Morishima in ROH.
Yeah.
Just retired.
Yeah, exactly. So he pretty much is a tough dude when it comes down to it. But it just sucks because it's like, you know, I'm not the biggest Daniel Bryan fan in the world, but it's like every time this guy seems like he's like building some momentum or he could do something really good, because like Bad News Barrett, Daniel Bryan, okay, I've seen this match a bajillion times. But this is a nice little IC title match. This is a type of IC title match that you need on your pay-per-views. You have a guy like Daniel Bryan people care about.
No, it just it reminded me so much. You remember the Daniel Bryan program? That's a good little spot for you, Daniel.
Yeah, no, this is a nice little spot for Daniel Bryan. Like
that reminded me so much of it. Oh,
like
that's solid B+. That's a good little spot
for you, Daniel. Yeah, no, because this is a nice little spot. This is a nice little match to, you know, help out the IC titles cred a little bit, because you know it's going to be a workhorse match between Bryan and Barrett. Yeah, the feud has been crappy. No one really cares about it. And I'll even say, yes, the feud...
This has been a cookie-cutter IC title feud, mainly due to the fact that Bryan hasn't done much.
Yeah, because we haven't really seen the full potential. But like I said, match-wise, you know, with the IC title being known as the workhorse, and a lot of people don't know this, the IC Championship is actually my favorite belt of all time. I was saying, you know what? Even though I've seen this match a bunch of times, this is definitely a nice little, not I want to say stepping stone, but it's a nice little building of the step. Like they're building the steps to help rebuild the IC title. Like I felt this was a nice little start. Like they're laying down the concrete of what they want to try to do with the IC Championship. But it's just like, to me, it's like, it's just such a shame that this guy keeps getting injured, because, you know, he is a good worker. I'm not a huge Daniel Bryan fan. I'll just admit it. I don't care. Not a huge fan of his, but he's a good fucking worker. The dude can go. Barrett,
he can your go. Feelings on Edge?
No, Edge I hate more than Daniel Bryan. Edge has Ace. There's a list of reasons why Edge fucking sucks. For all you guys don't know, I fucking hate Edge. I can name you all the list of reasons. There's not a lot of positives in Edge's career. Just saying. I mean, you guys hate the Authority. Well, guess who brought him back? It was Edge. Edge was the one who brought back the Authority. He didn't have to be in the ring at that time, but he was. Not only that, who made the Ascension debut on the main roster? Edge. Just saying. Just saying. Edge did so many bad things, and at the end of 2014, it was terrible. Oh, God. Edge. But anyways, yeah, so if this match happens, obviously Bryan's going to retain. If it doesn't happen, it's a shame, because I really felt like the IC title really, really needed this match on this pay-per-view. Acers, your thoughts?
I was thinking after you said the concussion thing that if the match does happen, Barrett was going to win. But, yeah, I mean, like, if he's cleared to compete for a while, then Bryan will win. But if they want to, like, be safe, they'll just give it to Barrett and give Bryan more time off. Which does suck, because it feels like every time, Bryan builds a little momentum, and it's like they're letting you get a chance to get behind him, and then...
Yeah, because that's another reason why I don't really like Daniel Bryan, is like, I haven't had like, because like I just like if I wasn't on the internet at all, if I wasn't like part of the YouTube wrestling community dealing with annoying Daniel Bryan fans all the time, I could actually like this guy because I can understand the organic feeling of him. But dealing with his fans have just made me like really dislike this guy. So I felt, him holding my favorite belt, seeing what he could do as champion, not people not pressuring me to like this guy whatsoever, that this could be the time that I could start to organically like Daniel Bryan a little bit more and maybe become a huge fan of this guy and get the old hoopla of why people love this guy so damn much. But it's just like, like I've never seen that, progressive thing of Daniel Bryan. Like I've always just been forced that like you have to like Daniel Bryan, otherwise you're not a real wrestling fan. Like, look, no one forced me to like the Pegasus Kid back in the day. All right, no one forced me. This guy worked his ass off to do what he did to win the Royal Rumble in 2004 and to win the title at WrestleMania 20. That's a whole fucking different story. I hate when people compare Bryan and Pegasus Kid about their careers because they're totally fucking different. Totally. Freaking Pegasus Kid worked his ass off. That he can burn in hell for all I care, but for the most part, when you try to compare them as wrestlers and characters, Pegasus Kid's road to the top was so much more rigorous than freaking
It's weird.
DB's.
I keep saying Pegasus Kid. Like that's just weird.
Well, what? I'm not gonna say his fucking name. You don't deserve no fucking praise. Yeah, that's his name, Pegasus Kid. I ain't gonna say his fucking real name. Like, fuck that shit. Like, I'm just saying as a character wise, like, the reason why I got behind him back in the day was because it felt organic to me. Like, it was like, yeah, this dude deserves it. So yeah.
Even with Bryan, though, like just the fact that he was held back and he should have had so many chances, and they just kept fucking him and being like, "No, fuck you." And I think that's why so many people get behind him, and that's why like so many people like believe in him because it's just like it's just. I remember I was telling one of my friends about it, and I was telling him the whole authority Daniel Bryan thing, and he was like getting pissed, and he's like, "Well, why didn't they let him wrestle in the Rumble?" I was like, "Oh, they didn't think he had it." And he's like, "So wait, so this guy's really good at fucking wrestling? He's nuts, and they just don't like him because he doesn't look big? That's fucking stupid." And so like pretty much anyone can get behind him.
Well, my,
But
my, my friends hated him because they're like, oh, I didn't know now all you have to do is cry to get a title shot because that's what he did pretty much. Like, Occupy Raw, everybody. I'm like, oh, God. We ain't gonna leave this ring. He's like, what happened to the good old days when Austin would just come out and stunner Vince for his title shot? Just beat the shit out of your boss for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyways, Ace, who do you have winning this match, Bryan or Barrett?
um, I don't want Barrett to win it right back, so I'll say Bryan. If he
Ross?
wrestles, yeah, if he wrestles.
Um, if it happens, I'm afraid I've got some bad
Oh,
news
what?
there,
Barrett?
Brian.
Wait, you're gonna have Barrett win?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
if Brian's having a wrestle, I think they're gonna do it again because I think Brian's too much of an injury risk, and I think they want to clear him up again, and then maybe they give him the belt back. But I think they would just hot shot it to Barrett and make him a six-time.
Oh my God, he's held the Intercontinental title 6 times?
This would be the sixth time. Yep.
Oh my fucking God.
Yep.
That's almost Jericho territory.
Yeah, shit.
Jericho's what, 7 or 8?
Yeah, I think he's 8.
9 now, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he's 9 time. He's 9 time. God damn. Oh my God.
But at least like in a sort of related story, if Brian, God forbid, doesn't work out, WWE has instant replacement for him in that underdog role with Sami Zayn
And Neville.
and Neville. But Sami Zayn would be a better fit. Just if you watch NXT, you see the way they've booked Sami Zayn, how he doesn't always win. He He won the NXT title. He finally achieved his dream. He beat Neville, and then he just loses it straight away, like a month or so later to Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Just like that, and is sent off TV, and makes you want him back. Makes you want to see him get his revenge on Kevin Owens. Like
His
the
former
way
best
they
friend.
utilize him. Yeah, the way they utilize Sami Zayn. Oh, if they do that in the main roster, he's gonna be maybe even more beloved than Daniel
Oh
Bryan.
yeah, I agree with that 100%. I like. There's a reason why I like Sami Zayn's underdog character more than Bryan's underdog character. It was because like when Sami Zayn first popped into the scene on NXT, people forget about this. He beat Cesaro in his debut match on NXT, so it was kind of like they were trying to build up Sami Zayn like he was some type of big deal. And then it was just like every time he would get to the big moment when the lights were on bright, he would just always fail. It was just like there was no like he could not overcome the adversity. And like the way he lost matches, it would just be like because the heel did something heelish. It was like, oh, Sami Zayn was just wrestling the match so fairly, and then Tyler Breeze hit that low bro, and then it was like when he was about to win the title at Fatal 4-Way, it was just like his own friend Neville pulls him out of the ring and pulls the ref out of the ring. He does such a low blow move, like what the fuck, and then afterwards it was finally like Sami Zayn, after being cheated on so many times, he had his opportunity of cheating on Neville, being able to hit him with the belt at Takeover, Our Revolution, and then afterwards he's like, no, this is not how I want to win the title. I want to win it on my own way, and he did win it, and then it's a great moment. And then his best friend was all like, fuck you, I want the belt because like I want my family to have a better life and shit. Like real shit, best friends would fight over, and that's why it's good. That's why that's underdog storyline is fucking good because it was just like they built up Sami Zayn to be a big deal, but he kept on failing when the lights were on bright. But then finally, when the lights were on bright, he succeeded. But it didn't last long because his best friend emotionally ruined him. That's
And
fucking
then it
great
even
shit.
makes sense too from like fucking Kevin Owens' standpoint, because it's like, even though I think he's a dick for attacking Sami Zayn, it's like, oh well, I mean, he wants to be champ too. He's still got to feed his kids. That makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
she can sympathize with both of them.
You still...
Yeah, like you would think, oh, Owens, he seems like a good guy. He's only trying to support his family, but because the sympathy is so strong with Sami Zayn, it makes Owens the heel.
Yeah, it makes Owens like such a douche. Like that's the only reason why you're being selfish. You're only caring about what you want. You're not caring what your best friend wants. You're like the first dude to run out and hug him, and then all of a sudden you attack him. Like
Yeah.
Like that's why it's a good fucking story. So we're all Ace and I are Daniel Bryan, and Ross is going with Bad News Barrett. Up next, it's our hero John Cena, our United States champion. Our hero, yes, taking on Rusev.
This is basic thugonomics. Oh, we're not in 2004?
No, we're not in 2004, Ross.
No. He's not going to get stabbed in the bar?
No nightclub stabbing. No. I don't think he's filming the Marine 5.
Did you guys write John Cena a get well soon card after he got stabbed? Because I did.
Yes, Ace. We've been over this on the podcast a couple times that you've written John Cena a get well soon card when he got stabbed by Jesus.
And I'm sure he read it and was very moved by my father's racism towards Jesus.
I wonder what Jesus is doing now. Like, I was looking through old like monster, I guess heel kind of guys. Remember Nathan Jones?
Oh God.
He's gonna be in Mad Max.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Oh my God, no way.
Look at it right now.
Oh, I will later. Because I don't want to put too much typing sound on the keyboard, but god damn, that's hilarious.
Wonder what Sylvester Terkay is up to.
Oh, that's surprising. That's one guy that I'm surprised did not succeed in the WWE.
I thought he would too. Like, he came out.
Yeah, I thought he was like the next ECW champion. I said, oh, Bobby Lashley's going to lose to this fucker soon.
Yeah. What was his finisher? I forget. I remember liking it.
It was like a, wasn't it just like some like he was doing like a Cobra Clutch slam or something like that? It was like some MMA move. I know that. There was like some rear naked choke slam or some shit like that. I remember, but yeah, Sylvester Terkay. Oh, great names. He would definitely be a John Cena victim if he was still in the WWE. I could see him getting that monster heel push and then Cena just being like, "LOL, I win."
Remember Vladimir Kozlov?
Oh,
Kozlov.
Kozlov. Kozlov.
Better.
Kozlov. That's an inside joke for anyone who doesn't know. But one YouTuber, I'm not going to say the name, one YouTuber thought Rusev was actually Vladimir Kozlov. And it was pretty funny.
Who knows Vladimir Kozlov?
Kozlov. But anyways, a Russian chain match, from what I understand, is like a Texas Bull Rope match. So
This was cool then. I like those matches.
yeah,
And this chain is definitely 100% authenticated by PSA to be from Russia, guaranteed. It's 100%.
100%. And we all know like Cena's winning, so it's like the only thing that I will say about this storyline is that I'm just disappointed that they didn't really try to go more into detail, more in depth. It felt like they were more focused about John Cena's like open challenge thing. Like they only built this feud in 2 weeks, and this it just felt like they blew their load at WrestleMania, and they realized like at Extreme Rules these guys are gonna wrestle again. But they just didn't have a storyline planned out. They were just like, oh, what are we going to do with these two? Who gives a fuck? So let's just have them do something. And they just put a random stipulation on there. And the only buildup is like Rusev announcing the match and then Rusev beating up John Cena backstage with the chain. So there's really like no buildup at all to this match. And it feels weird to have a John Cena feud be underdeveloped like this. Like, it just feels fucking weird. It doesn't feel like it's an important match at all. Like that's just the weird part to me. So Cena's winning. There's no way Rusev's gonna win. I don't know how Cena's gonna win. Should be a funny way to find out. I want to know how many times he's gonna try to attempt a springboard stunner in this match. So yeah, there you go. Acers, you.
The one thing I wanted to say too was I felt like they could have done this whole Cena challenge thing after the Rusev feud because it just kind of takes away from it, right? Like, and that was the thing. Like, I mean, it's obvious at some points in time, like, when a match is who's gonna win. But like, if Cena and Rusev have a match coming up, and Cena's defending his title against Barrett, first off, Barrett's got a match coming up against Bryan. Why the fuck would Barrett have any chance in hell of winning? When, like, what are they gonna do? Barrett versus Bryan and Barrett versus fucking Rusev? No, like, so I thought it just kind of took away from the whole Rusev thing because at least if Cena beats Rusev, goes on, does something else, and fucking Sami Zayn runs out and challenges him, it's like, oh, well, maybe Sami Zayn can win. But before the match, it's just like, no, Cena's just going to win. But as for a prediction, I mean, I don't know how anybody even thinks about like having Rusev win. Cena's just going to win. I guess if it's like the Texas Bull Rope, it'll be like you touch the four corners, right? So,
Yeah.
Um,
To my understanding, from doing past research on this match, like and watching the older matches, it was wrestled like a Texas Bull Rope match. It wasn't wrestled like like a chain on a pole match.
Wait, was Triple H and Kane wrestled like that too?
No, they wrestled chain on a pole.
Okay.
That was a chain on a pole. Like this, like there's like an old match, like Ivan Koloff versus someone, and it was like it's on WWE.com actually. It's like a short little snippet, but like the way they were wrestling, like Koloff was touching the corners.
okay.
I think what they're gonna end up doing with the finish here is I think Rusev's gonna have they're gonna be tied together. Rusev's gonna be kind of like holding Cena like a Santa bag, like over his shoulder, and he'll be touching him, and then Cena will be touching him from behind. It'll be like the cliche thing that you do with like all these matches, like with JBL and Eddie. And Cena's touching him from behind, and then you get to the last one, and then Cena, finally manages to roll in front of Rusev, and then AA, and then Cena touches the last one.
Oh shit! I can see that happening right now.
Or he does the AA and then quickly puts him into an STF and like tries to like put him unconscious, and then does it. Even though that technically would be like a stoppage in like, you know, but I remember with Mark Henry and Sheamus, that same shit happened and they didn't call it. Like there was like a break in the continuation or whatever, but they still went ahead and did it. And didn't Sheamus win that one?
Mm-hmm.
So they could easily just do that shit again, and then Cena does the AA, does the STF, and then taps the last corner.
Yeah, and what's it called? By the way, thinking of Eddie and JBL, that was like one of the best endings ever. You thought Eddie retained the title,
Yeah, I know.
and then all
I'm
of a
just
sudden
like,
JBL,
why?
like what the fuck? Like Bradshaw won a world title.
I couldn't believe it.
I was surprised when it was.
Ace hated JBL.
I hated JBL so much. I still hate JBL. Fuck him.
Oh, come on, Michael. Come on, Michael.
Well, now he's more nostalgic for me than anything. But when I was a kid, I hated JBL
We're
so.
fighting on Friday nights, Michael.
I don't know how anybody could have liked him back. Like I even try to think of like if I was like a fan now back then, and like I even try to think like the people, the guys who will always cheer for the heels, and oh, I want Seth to retain because it's the right move, and you're not gonna have Orton derail his momentum. And I try to think I try to think of myself back then being like, oh well, the Undertaker's not gonna kill JBL's momentum, so they're probably gonna put him over at SummerSlam, and like I just want to fucking punch that guy in the face.
It's
JBL
morning again. The bells are ringing, and
I try not to think like that. Like, oh, this would be the best booking decision. I try not to, but sometimes, like to me, I want it to make sense from a storyline perspective. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I think, like, I like to think of it as a movie where like this makes the most sense to do. Not like, oh, because I like Rollins because he's the heel. You know what I mean? Like, I think it makes the most sense. Like, I try to think of it that way. Because it's hard for me. Like, am I gonna be cheering for like, I don't know, who's like a really stupid like Eric Rowan over like freaking Ryback, or Eric Rowan over like no, Ryback's a face. Eric Rowan over like Bray Wyatt, like
No, you're gonna cheer for Wyatt. Hopefully.
Eric Rowan's like every time he comes out, it's crickets. Like,
fuck garbage man.
Reason to have like a physical, like emotional
connection to this idiot.
Connection. Eric Rowan, like garbage man. Like,
yeah, garbage. He's terrible. I hate him so much.
Exactly.
All right, so we all chose John Cena to be the hero and remain the champion of the U.S. Up next, we have our main event of the evening. Seth Rollins defending his WWE Championship against Randall Keith Orton in a steel cage match where the RKO is banned, and as well, Kane is the fucking gatekeeper. Oh, fuck you, WWE.
And no, the right title. Guardian of the Gate, which reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, which Batista was in. So I don't know.
I'm so pissed off. Like, why are you trying to make Kane in the main event? You fuckers. Why? Do you want me to just stop watching? Because I will. Kane's in the main event again. I might just take a break, y'all. I might just go talk about old wrestling or something on this channel instead of like Kane, Seth Rollins defending his title against Kane. Like, but Jesus, dude. Oh my God. So like, here's the thing. I was really excited for this matchup, not only because Randy Orton's in it, but because it's like, holy crap. For the first time in like, X amount of years, someone new is defending the title after Mania. It's not the typical John Cena defending the title, not the typical Edge or Randy Orton or Triple H. It's fucking Tyler Black, Seth Rollins. This fucker's defending the belt. I was excited. I'm like, damn, this is exciting shit. It's actually a new dude defending the title. That's exciting right there. And he's facing a guy that's pretty well established. They're not feeding this guy some fucking loser. It's not like when The Miz won the title and he was feuding with Jerry the King Lawler for the most part. No, dude, he's feuding with Randy Orton right now. That's a big deal. It's like, man, that's exciting shit right there. That's the one thing I'm excited about. It's just like, it's a fresh new dude defending his belt against a credible star. Like that's how you make a main event. That's a main event right there. That makes you excited as a wrestling fan, for me at least. But it's just like Kane is now involved. And we all know how this match is going to play out. Kane's going to be some stupid, conflicted guy. Oh, is Kane going to open the cage door for Seth or is he not? Oh my god. Like, I'm going to be like, fuck that throughout the whole match. But here's the thing I will say. I hope Bray Wyatt interferes to cost Randy Orton the title.
Ooh.
Because Bray Wyatt should be feuding with Randy Orton right now. Look, Randy Orton and Seth, this can't go on for another pay-per-view. And you cannot be trying to make the main focus of this match being Kane and Seth Rollins. Like, that will just leave a bitter taste out of everyone's mouth if you have Seth retain and then Kane attack him afterwards, or it's just like Kane and Seth have a brief little stare down. Kane's like, I'm the reason why you retained, and all this other stuff. Like, that'll be bitter. At least with Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt, we can kind of get excited for it. When you listen to Bray Wyatt's promos, it would make hell of a lot more sense for Bray Wyatt to be going after Orton than a Roman Reigns or a Ryback. Randy Orton is at a higher level than a Roman Reigns or Ryback. Bray Wyatt needs to face someone at that higher level. We all know Randy Orton can do well enough on the mic, so that way the feud won't be too bad, because let's face it, Ryback dude can't really talk all that much. I love him, but he can't really talk. Roman Reigns, we've heard his promos. I mean, unless he's saying believe that, he really ain't that great of a talker, like with Wyatt, you need someone that is an interesting case and an interesting enough character for people to care about. Roman Reigns right now, you're trying to build him back up to be a future WWE champion. That's not a good feud for him right now. Ryback, you're trying to do something with him. That's not a good character right now to feud with Bray Wyatt. Randy Orton is the perfect character for Bray Wyatt to feud with right now. Randy Orton makes the most sense for Bray Wyatt to feud right now. It'll get you excited for this Bray Wyatt feud because he's facing someone like a Randy Orton that you probably wouldn't think he would face at this moment of time. And it would help Randy Orton feel a little bit different because he's not stuck in, oh, I gotta take down the authority because I hate the authority and screw Seth Rollins. No, it's Bray Wyatt taking on Randy Orton. It's a good way to help Bray Wyatt get over. We all know Randy Orton has been good guy Orton as of late. He hasn't been bearing much folks lately. Sure, he'll get his pay-per-view wins over Bray Wyatt, but when it matters the most, Bray Wyatt will beat Randy Orton, and it will help Bray Wyatt feel like a bigger deal, like he should have felt, a year ago when he was facing Flippin' Cena. It won't replace what the WWE has done with Bray Wyatt this past year, but it would help Bray Wyatt a lot. And not only that, that way, the focus is that way. If you do want to focus on Seth and Kane, that's fine. Because at least you gave us an alternative match. At least you're saying, hey, Seth and Kane, that's going to suck dick. But here's Orton and Wyatt. That could be pretty good, right? At least you're building it off where it's like Bray Wyatt's going after Randy Orton. So that way you have a feud set up there. So Randy Orton's not being thrown into a stupid triple threat with Seth and Kane. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least there, it's a better situation because at least Bray Wyatt, you have Seth Rollins win in a heelish way where it's not because Kane opened the door for him. He managed to get the pinfall or escape on his own because Bray Wyatt caused a good enough a distraction for Randy Orton. And so it's not like it's the main focus is Kane opened the door or not, that type of deal. So it doesn't really put too much heat onto the Kane and Seth feud. It doesn't make you really think that Kane is turning babyface, if you get what I'm saying.
And plus, this is not like Ambrose and Rollins, where Ambrose this was the end of the feud. Ambrose should have pinned Rollins right in there. Like, I don't care if you can continue in the future. Ambrose should have won right then and there. Like, he had been losing to Rollins a couple times. He was put out of action. He came back. He got to face Rollins in the Hell in a Cell. This is where he should have won. And then maybe he could have done Wyatt after he won the match. But no, they had Wyatt interfere in the middle of the match and then cost Ambrose the victory, and it hurt Ambrose's momentum. With Orton here, if you do the same thing, Orton's not losing anything. Like this, he already beat Rollins.
Yeah.
Like, and he's already established. So, like, it's not like if you do that, it's gonna hurt Orton. And, you're protecting Orton, yeah, but it's like, it wouldn't hurt Orton whatsoever.
Yeah, it would help Orton if anything, because then the fans are gonna be like, "Fuck, he could have beaten Seth," and then you can go back to Randy and Seth a little bit later on if you're desperate for a pay-per-view match or something like that. You know, like Seth can win in a cheap heelish way, where it's not because Kane fucking helped him, or like the thing I'm worried about that this match is mostly not going to be focused about what Seth and Randy are doing in the ring, but what Seth and Kane are fucking doing. I don't think anyone cares what Seth and Kane are doing. So that's my biggest fear, is that they're pretty much, when they put Kane in this match, it was just pretty much saying, "Oh, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna make Kane into the main focus of this match," which shouldn't be your main focus. Your main focus should be trying to get as much heel heat on Seth Rollins. And I feel like with Bray Wyatt interfering, it helps Bray Wyatt. Yeah, the fans are gonna cheer because they're in Chicago, but it helps Bray Wyatt out a little bit. It helps Randy Orton out a little bit. And hell, Seth wins in a cheesy heel way, like saying, "God damn it, every time when this fucker seems like he's going to lose, something always happens."
Yep. You
Uh,
want to make it like kind of like JBL or kind of like
yeah, exactly.
something like that.
Exactly, like.
But I think a Wyatt Orton feud would be, in my head, it would be similar to, or like it would be what I would have hoped Ambrose and Wyatt would have been,
Yeah.
where Orton's this crazy guy who's this loose cannon who, lets the anger get the best of him, and then Wyatt puts him in situations where Orton can't help himself, but it makes Wyatt look like he's the smart one in the end. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what Ambrose and Wyatt should have been, but no, they had to make this some weird, like, I don't even know.
Dean, I'm going to your dad's jail cell. Like, what the fuck? Who cares? What the hell? I don't care about Dean Ambrose's
It didn't
dad.
make any sense.
Like, what the hell? Oh, but yeah, so really, to be honest here, I hope Wyatt interfere. A lot of people are probably going to be shocked. Like, what? Chase wants Bray Wyatt to do something? Look, just because I make fun of the guy every week on my channel does not mean I want these guys to succeed. Like, people don't understand. Even if I don't like the wrestler, I want them to improve and succeed. If you can show me you keep on improving and you want to succeed in this business, great. That's all I fucking care about. Just find a way to entertain me. And I feel like the most entertaining thing for Bray Wyatt to do is not feud against Ryback, who, let's face it, the promos are just going to be terrible. It's not going to be interesting. It's just going to be a bunch of random BS. Not going to be against Roman Reigns, who promos will be terrible. And WWE's going to try a little bit more because it's their little pony, Roman Reigns, right now. But it's just it's just not the right time to pull the trigger on such a big feud like Reigns versus Wyatt. Orton Wyatt, it's a good safe feud. It's a nice feud for Randy Orton. It's a nice feud to Bray Wyatt. I just think it's a win-win. So I think Seth Rollins is obviously retaining. If Randy Orton wins this match, I'm gonna be fucking shocked. Like, I won't care if Randy Orton wins, because I don't give a fuck really, because I'll just be fine with it because my boy won the title again 13 time at least. But it is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So
this would be like the 13th or 14th time.
yeah, I think it's 14. But yeah, so Seth Rollins is for me retaining. Acers, what did you think about my Bray Wyatt idea? You were kind of quiet there.
I was a little quiet there. Rest in the voice for the main event. I'm trying to think, like, I would like to see Orton and Wyatt feud. I don't want to just see the exact same ending as fucking Hell in a Cell, though. I think what they could do is, see, I know, and for good reason, a lot of people are bashing the whole Kane and Seth Rollins feud, but to me, having them wrestle would make a lot of sense, because Kane was the entire reason Seth even got the briefcase, which gave him the opportunity to go to Mania. So from a storyline point, like if you're looking at it, it makes a lot of sense why they would wrestle. The only thing is Kane's fucking old as shit now, but I don't think it's gonna happen here. What I think is it's gonna be like they're gonna be teasing animosity, and then like there's gonna be a big spot where like Kane punches fucking Seth, opens the door for Orton, and then he fucking slams it on Orton, and just and then they're gonna tease it for a little bit longer, and then finally at like, you don't have to do it at like a SummerSlam or something, but if you like down the road, maybe Money in the Bank. Actually, that'd be good, because Money in the Bank was the show where he helped him win the briefcase. So now a year later, it's gonna be the show where he takes the title from him.
Oh.
He won't, but it'd be good to hold him over until fucking Lesnar comes back, right?
Yeah.
So, and then you can still do Orton Wyatt like even the next night on Raw or something, right? Like you don't need to do it in that match just because I feel it would take away from the title. And I mean, I'm sure they could figure out a way to do it, but I think Kane's gonna help Seth retain, and they'll keep teasing for a little bit, and they're gonna do it on Raw. They'll give it away on TV. The big Kane fucking putting the mask on and saying "fuck you," because that's clearly what makes him face or heel if he's got the mask on or off. But yeah, so yeah, Seth is retaining for sure, 100%. Like you said, I don't see Orton retaining or Orton winning. Sorry, but if he does, it'd be kind of funny. but no, I got Seth. I got Seth
The
retaining.
future of the WWE. Nope. Breakfast Club rules, bitches. Ross, your prediction.
Okay, yeah. I think Rollins is definitely gonna win this match. I don't know if they're gonna do the Wyatt thing, but I think with Kane being the guardian of the galaxy, I mean guardian of the
Gate.
I think they're gonna. It's gonna definitely involve Kane with the finish. They've been teasing the tension between Rollins and Kane.
Do you think like the RKO is gonna play into factor at all? Like
Oh,
Randy
they
will.
definitely could. I remember Royal Rumble 2011, Edge and Ziggler, where the spear was banned, but when the referee got knocked
Actually,
out,
that was SmackDown, Ross. That wasn't even the Royal Rumble.
sure.
Was it? Oh no! Oh, they had a rematch. They had a rematch at
Yeah,
SmackDown with the same
with
stipulation.
Clay
Never mind.
Matthews.
Yeah,
Oh
never mind. I got confused.
my god, I'm having a flashback of Ziggler's 10-minute title reign.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted right now. But
I could see that actually, like, because there's no way they're not going to give the fans there an RKO. Like, or I guess maybe, like, Jamie Noble could, like, jump off the cage. Oh, that could happen, actually.
Yeah, like where Randy Orton loses because like he does the RKO to one of J&J's dudes.
But you know what doesn't make sense to me? So wait, the whole thing is if Randy uses the RKO, he gets disqualified?
I guess. Well, it's banned. Like it's
yes.
a banned move. So I'm pretty sure it's disqualification if you lose.
It's an image match. It's so stupid.
It's like Shawn Michaels versus Randy on that one Survivor Series. If Shawn used the Sweet Chin Music, he lost.
Every time like Michaels is in an interview and they're talking about his greatest matches, he's always like, "How come nobody talks about that match? That match was so good. Why doesn't anybody ever talk about my match with Randy when I couldn't use the super kick?"
Yeah, oh, dude, that was the best. Orton and Shawn Michaels, where Shawn Michaels couldn't use a super kick.
Yeah.
That match, I loved the psychology of that because Michaels really wanted to use the super kick at the end, and then he stopped himself and then got RKO'd, and that was it. Like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
I think we could see a similar situation like that where Orton's like, the voices are in his head and he's like, he's like raged up and he really wants to do it, but then Rollins just puts his DDT variation move, where he plants him on his face now and does like the leg sweep. And I could see that easily happening as well, and it allows Rollins to escape. I don't know if he'll pin Orton though. Like I said, I think they'll probably involve a situation where Kane has to decide if he should let Rollins win and keep helping him like he helped him win Money in the Bank, etc., or not. And I think when push comes to shove, Kane's gonna, he's gonna allow Rollins to win. But maybe afterwards it becomes all about Kane, or maybe the next night on Raw, and Kane, puts the mask back on or something, and nobody's gonna really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like that was one thing, and I know a lot of people are going to be talking about asking like, Chase, thoughts on the curb stop getting banned? First off, people, the curb stomp is not banned. It is just being limited use. Like Seth Rollins can still use the curb stomp. They just want to keep the finisher so that way he can use it when it's a big fucking deal. And that makes sense. And the move is, kind of a dangerous move. I can totally see it. Like I'm surprised that they didn't ban it like when he started using it. Like like he's been using that for a long time, and I was surprised that they were letting him use it for a long time, especially when he would do the curb stops spots onto the Money in the Bank briefcase. I would figure that's concussion city right there. So, like, to be honest here, like, it is a kind of dangerous move, especially if you can't take it properly. Like, that could fuck you up. Like,
Especially on like cinder blocks and shit.
yeah, like the fake cinder blocks and stuff. Like don't get me wrong, it was a great finisher for Rollins to use and stuff like that. Like, it was really cool, really effective. But I think
Those were real cinder blocks, Chase.
no,
So you're just lying there.
no, they were fake. Ace.
They told me, hey,
Just
told me they were real cinder
Then
blocks.
how come Dean Ambrose
just
looked fun?
like
Who am I gonna believe, Chase? You? I'm gonna believe you over the WWE? Get real.
Yeah, exactly.
those ladders are real ladders, right? Like, it's not made. There's no wood or something like in between.
How the elimination chamber pods were bulletproof. Yet fucking Goldberg can go through them. Like,
Yeah, and that Russian chain.
faster
Something
shooting
like
both fucking. Oh man.
Yeah, but like I was saying, like the curb stomp, it's just it's not banned. I think some people are misunderstanding. It's just being limited use, which is understandable because
Yeah.
to be honest here, the curb stomp should be saved when he's like facing a Lesnar, not being like used all the time. And for all the people that are saying like, hey, wrestlers should have just know how to take the move. It's blah, 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 it's your job and all this fucking shit. Look, it's a dangerous fucking move. All right, it is a dangerous move. The curb stomp is a dangerous move. Like, if you watch Malcolm X and he curb stomps that one dude, you should know a curb stomp is fucking dangerous. Like, a curb stomp is not like a friendly fucking move. To me personally, as long as Seth Rollins can find a good replacement finisher, I mean, his new one's kind of like but I've only seen it once, so maybe it'll rub up on me. But
Yeah, I liked it, but also Ziggler sells everything well, so
yeah,
it might look better than it actually was. But I think it's cool. It's just everyone uses a DDT variation, so you want your finisher to stand out.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
Phoenix Splash stands out. That's a cool move.
Yeah,
But that's more of a face move. Like, the only heels that I could think of that would do like death-defying kind of moves were like Kurt Angle doing the moonsault, Benoit, or Pegasus Kid
yeah,
doing the headbutt, or Christopher Daniels doing best moonsault ever, or Justin Gabriel when he was in the Nexus doing the 450. Those are really the only prime examples I could think of heels doing like death-defying, high-flying moves.
yeah. So personally, to me, like I said, the curb stomp, it's not a big deal that it's gone. It's not going to affect me enjoying Seth Rollins wrestle. Like, if that one move is like one of the main reasons why I like Seth Rollins, like, I don't know what the fuck you're watching, because this dude has a good total package to him. So he has a lot more than just one fucking move. Just my personal opinion. And this is coming from a guy who used to hate Seth Rollins. So there you go. Tyler Blackass won't even be.
Black ass out of
He's
here.
come a long way.
He's come a
Like,
long way.
I liked him. Like, he wasn't one of my favorites, but I never thought just like the way he would talk in ROH. I was like, dude, this guy's never gonna make it big in this league.
Yeah, dude.
I wanted to believe he would, but it's just like the way he talk would be like.
Now he's the world champion. It's crazy. It's weird.
Because like it's my Skype picture right now. You look at the Skype picture, it's like all weird. It's like, who would have thought Seth Rollins was like the first fucker of the Shield to win the world title? I know there's gonna be all these Rollins fans like, I knew right away, but for realsies though.
I was Seth Rollins' #1 supporter. Okay, good for you, buddy.
Yeah, Marcus Smart here. Whoa, Marcus Smart. Where'd you get it?
Marcus Smart, yeah, this is Marcus Smart new, but yeah, like I said, it's like honestly, like I remember telling people like I thought Seth Rollins would be the dude still rocking all the Shield gear, being like the loser, like, hey guys, let's still believe in the Shield and all this other stuff, but no, it's like Roman Reigns is still the dude rocking all the Shield stuff. So yeah,
I thought he would be somewhere, but honestly, over time, I think Ambrose is gonna get his.
hopefully.
It's just they're gonna make him more like the underdog. Like,
I want all the Shield dudes to do well. I want all three of them to be multiple-time world champions, and I want my kids to grow up and watch them and be like, those are my favorites. I'm like, yep, you should like these guys.
we saw them right from the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. I like all three of the Shield dudes. I want them all
I
to do
like
well.
following a wrestler from when they debut in a company to when they retire.
Yeah.
It's like with Randy Orton. Like I've seen this guy since he beat Hardcore Holly. Didn't he beat Hard? Yeah, he
Yeah,
beat
he'd be
Hardcore
Hardcore Holly. Yeah,
on SmackDown. I'm like,
doing
uh,
cross bodies and shit. He was
yeah,
more death defying Randy back then. The drop kick. Oh, everyone loved his drop kick.
The
he needs to
smoothest
let
drop
out.
ever.
The best drop kick ever. Randy Orton against Hardcore Holly. But there you have it, guys. That's our Extreme Rules preview and predictions podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed this edition. We'll be back for what's the next pay per view? Payback?
Payback.
Is it Payback?
Yep.
Hey,
Payback's a bitch.
Yeah, okay, so Payback. Oh yeah, with Big E on the poster. Yeah, Big E's the poster child for this one.
3 ain't enough, man. I need 5.
Yeah, exactly. We need, and it makes sense because that pay per view is in the month of May, which is the 5th month. Oh, it makes sense now. All makes fucking sense. Holy shit.
The whole
Mind fucking blown. But anyways, we will be back with the payback discussion. I would like to thank Ross and Ace for joining me once again. In the comment section down below will be our Instagrams, so you guys can follow us on Instagram. Like I said, I barely post on there, but if you guys want to follow me, you can go right ahead. You guys can follow us on Twitter. They will be down there as well. And you can also check out Ross's YouTube channel in the description box down below as well. And I believe Ace's. No, Ace only puts his Twitter and Instagram, so that's all. That's all you guys need to know.
YouTube,
you must chat.
there could
But what were you gonna say, Ross?
there could be a one night only where maybe Ace decides to make a video. Who knows? That's up to him.
You never know.
All right, so I'll put Ace's YouTube channel down there as well. So thank you all very much for listening to this. Hope you guys enjoy your day, night, evening, whenever you're listening to this, and have fun watching Extreme Rules 2015. It's a show that'll, I'm kind of looking forward to it. Like, the one thing about Extreme Rules I will say is that they end up being good shows because a lot of the matches are very spontaneous and hardcore and whatnot. So there you have it. So I'm mildly excited for Extreme Rules. I'm not super excited, but I'm not like over the hill like, oh, I can't wait to see it. Like if I miss a little bit of it, I'll just catch it on the replay. So thank you all very much.
Pretty much the same way.
Yeah. So thank you all very much. Catch you all later. Peace.
Peace.